Growth is often romanticized as a smooth, effortless journey, but in reality, true evolution is forged through discomfort, challenge, and the willingness to face the unknown. Many people misunderstand the process of spiritual evolution. It's often portrayed as a graceful ascension, like walking through a set of heavenly gates into a new enlightened state. But in reality, this is far from that. Evolution, whether spiritual or personal, is about challenge, is about discomfort, is about facing the deepest part of yourself that you might rather ignore. Many spiritual traditions and teachings suggest that happiness in the present moment is the key to enlightenment. While there is wisdom in gratitude and presence, true evolution requires movement. Growth is change, and change is uncomfortable. People naturally resist change because it forces them into the unknown, and the unknown brings fear. A perfect example of this is biological evolution. In nature, species don't evolve because they want to. They evolve because they must, in response to environmental pressure. The peppered moth in England is a famous example. Before the Industrial Revolution, most moths had light-colored wings that blended into the tree bark. But as pollution darkened the trees, those moths became an easy target for predators. Over time, the species adapted. Darker-winged moths survived, while lighter ones were nearly wiped out. Change was forced upon them just as life forces change upon us. Those who resist often struggle the most. Fear of failure is one of the biggest obstacles to growth. Society has conditioned us to see failure as a negative thing, when in reality, failure is just another word for learning. No one masters the skills on the first try. Success comes from repetition, adjustment, and persistence. In neuroscience, this concept is reinforced by neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. The brain does not grow through comfort, it adapts in response to challenges. When we push ourselves to learn new skills, step outside of our comfort zone, or break old patterns, we create new neural pathways. And this process is often uncomfortable, but it is the only way to develop new strengths and abilities. Growth, whether mental or spiritual, follows the same process. It's about pushing through discomfort, failing, learning, and adapting. Real transformation happens when you confront your own darkness, the aspect of yourself that you dislike, the patterns that hold you back, the insecurities you bury. These make up your shadow. Evolution requires acknowledging this shadow, not avoiding it. By facing it head on, you gain the power to transmute it into something positive. This mirrors a psychological concept called post-traumatic growth, PTG. Studies show that people who endure significant hardship, such as illness, loss, or failure, often emerge stronger, wiser, and more appreciative of life. Just as muscles grow through stress and repair, the human mind and spirit grow by facing adversity. Growth takes courage. It takes the willingness to look at your flaws, your mistakes, and your fears without judgment. It takes persistence to push past discomfort and keep evolving. But the reward is self-acceptance, not the passive kind that lets you stay stagnant, but the kind that comes through knowing you've shaped yourself into the best version you can be. True evolution is not about complacency. It's about stepping into discomfort, embracing failure as lessons, and continuously refining yourself. Just as in nature, in the brain, and in the body, real transformation comes from pressure, challenge, and adaptation. The art of not fearing change is the art of mastering yourself. This is Monica Lassie. Thanks for listening. Peace.